diversity, and the systems were put in place to enable players to make themselves stand out from other players with the same career. You might have seen the trophy video that was up on our newsletter a couple of months back. Where I have a QA person and he's fully dressed, and then at the end he takes his top off and I've dressed him up like a witch hunter with Velcro and just stick trophies on him. Yeah. But I thought you'd probably already seen that before, though from the blank faces you probably hadn't seen it, so I would have got a good laugh, so I probably should have done that too. So we've been gradually giving out more and more information on our trophy system, and what I'm going to show you in a moment is got a witch hunter character, and it's got like 6 or 7 trophies in his bag. I'm just going to show you equipping the trophies, how you can move them around on your body. The system's still reasonably early. The kind of trophies you're going to see aren't like the severed head of the super chaos dragon. They're more like utility items, but just they serve as an example to show you how we're planning on using the system. I'm sure you played other MMOs where if you're on level 11 whatever, going through the level 11 area, you look exactly the same as all the other level 11 people that set career. And we think that sucks, so we're going to try and give as many tools as possible to break up the line. The other thing we want to do with trophies is have some of them be awarded from Tome Knowledge and have a system of progression between them. So the example I like to use is in November, I think on Veterans Day, we call it Remembrance Day back in England, where all the old veterans walk past the cenotaph, proudly wearing their uniforms, and you see them walk by and the medals here, and then you see one guy walk by, he's normally like really old, and he's like full of medals like this. And the thing that does is you can immediately tell that guy was a badass. He was wearing the same uniform as everyone else, just based on his trophies, you know he was badass. So with trophies, we're also trying to hit that aspect. I haven't come up with a good word for it yet, but I've been calling it badassery. I'm sure it's not a real word. And through the Tome of Knowledge, we will have certain families of unlocks, things like how many enemy players have you killed? When you kill, let's say 50, you get medal 1. When you kill 500, your medal gets upgraded, it looks better, etc., until you get up to 5 gazillion, and then your medal is huge with like 3 gem-encrusted buttons on it with a crazy ribbon. So when we get into the game, you're going to see a witch hunter character that I've created. I've just plopped him right in the middle of payoff 1. Just 'cause it doesn't really matter where he is for this little demonstration. And I've loaded up his backpack with some trophies. So here is our new character screen, the avatar, which you can twirl around, which is especially useful for when you have trophies. And these 5 slots down here are trophy slots. So trophies behave just like normal items when they sit in your backpack. Let's get some daggers. As you can see, as soon as you put a trophy in the trophy slot, it immediately updates on the avatar. And once it's in place, and then someone patch Sigma.
This afternoon?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So put some bottles of holy water. And once they're in place, you can cycle the trophies through all the available positions on the armor. What the art department has done is gone through all the bits of armor in the game and set up trophy nodes on them. And every career in the game will have at least 15 trophy nodes on their armor. What we didn't want to do is, when you applied a trophy, it always went to a certain place, because as soon as you do that, you have kill diversity instead of increasing, because then everyone will have a trophy in exactly the same place. So as an example of the kind of mundane types of trophies that a witch hunter might pick up. Got little vials of holy water. I've also thrown some purity seal on him. Not strictly witch hunter, but for the sake of the demonstration, I put it on. I'm not sure if he'd wear one back there, but what else do we have? Various types of daggers. And daggers are an example of the type of trophy where we can put progression into the look of it. So let's say we give away a dagger for killing chaos players. First time you get one, it might look like that. Second time you get it, might have a jewel encrusted in it. Next time you get it for killing 500, might have gold bands around it, so that we'll build up definitive families of progression within some of these trophies. So stakes are another thing that we're going to build lots of variants on for, especially for the witch hunter. Like right here, it's got a fairly basic stake. Maybe it's an unlock for how many undead you've killed. Kill 50, you get this one. Kill 500, maybe the stake looks gold. Kill even more, gems, other insignia on the stake. So one thing we're doing with trophies is when you start a new character, you'll have only this slot will be open. As you progress through the game, as you hit certain level thresholds, the number of trophies that you can equip will increase up to 5 for level 40. What we wanted to do was create loads and loads and loads of different trophies and loads of different places on the body where they could go. So that's basically the gist of where we're going with trophies. The limited number that you can wear, the much larger number of places where they can go, and very, very large amount of actual trophies in the game that a player can get. These types of trophies, they're pretty much career specific. They're kind of mundane. These type of trophies are ones you're typically going to get from maybe a random drop, maybe from a PQ loot. There'll be trophies for killing, say, some of the notable baddies in the game. That's when you'll start seeing some trophies that are truly representative of that particular piece of content. One of the things we want to do is, if you kill one of the big bosses in the game, the trophy you get, once it's attached to your body, anyone who walks by will know that you've killed that person. Another thing we're going to do is have crafting trophies. So I know in other games, if you're a level 300 leather worker, just about the only way you can get work is to spam a chat channel. However, if you're walking through town wearing a massive trophy that's indicative of your trade skill, then it kind of is like having a taxi light on saying I'm open for business. Players can then come and immediately ask you to make stuff for them. And players are going to have enough trophies where they can, if they don't want to be open for business, they won't be wearing that trophy. So trophy system serves a bunch of different purposes, and it's really cool. It's really fun to just play with as well.
Justin, are they always going to be interchangeable? Just back before, like if you put something on, it's never going to be stuck there or bound.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, one thing we might do, or one thing we are going to do is we're also generating trophies that won't be part of the trophy system. By that I mean trophies that players can actually get. We'll be able to prefuse those to bits of armor that we're going to reward the player with to further increase the diversity of the armor we have in the game.